Hey everyone, and welcome back to Comic Studio as well. And probably we said welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog Comic Studio. And we're gonna be added for some multiple sprites as well. And we know it. We completely added for multiple of backgrounds from the entire game or for multiple games as well. As we're gonna be trying to do anyways. Let's go for crossovers instead of real characters. So although that we're gonna be using for going for using a studio crossovers and start with Cookie Run. Because although you need to be said that like anything as well, I didn't absolutely have anything around here. We got two new cookies around here because that must be cream soda that later that I just completely saw here in Cookie Run Tower of Adventures. And we have the newest one is the Cherry Cola as well. Because you notice this, Sonic the Hedgehog is owned by SEGA and Sonic Team. Thanks to SEGA and the mod.gen team and other amazing creators for the sprites we have in the comic studio. And I'm probably that we just said like anything that says alright, like anything's reserved like these. And probably let's should be able to start without Bing bombing the picnic as well. As we always that we probably started to do this. Let's start with Cherry Blossom that is been on to the picnic as well. So well, whoever that is absolutely going to be going to start with. And I never will. That isn't going to be just like, even for this as well. So, even for its one purpose, she's going to be over here with it as well. So, but how should we try to include him or her? Or the cherry bomb cookie? Is actually going to be sounds like a little bit sitting as planned. So maybe that we're gonna be started to get a little bit bored. Or she tried to genocide the picnic as well. And you even know that is going to be yes. And that could be able to be blow up the picnic as anything as possible. And the next thing is we're going to be spawning for multiple cars is I'm gonna be saying speed or Need for Speed, which is actually gonna be insane as one this time, but nothing is actually gonna be going for multiple of cars. If I say Gran Turismo, this should be for one of their souls that we possibly gonna be facing a little bit forward. For one thing, I'm gonna be using for one, I guess, for this newer Ford GT. It's going to be right over here. Without getting a little bit for even for details and many more other reference. And what about the Lamborghini Huracan? Am I going to be spawned as well? So I'm not gonna be here. It is that we have. Oh well, we have a Lamborghini Huracan. It's going to be right over here. And it's going to be a little bit fast between of those things as well. So next thing that we're gonna be spawn something else. Not like other like this anything as well. So let's get back into Comic Studio as we're gonna be adding a for the conductor as well. It was not the conductor like anything as possible we do. And I need is was actually for one purpose. Was a small mouse and like anything as possible you would need. So nothing is absolutely gonna be close. But before I might able to be revealed for this thing as well. So even for this one is we really even a possibility that we can do. So he'll be in the front door. that might be a little bit for passing and a little bit as well. So let's get on to the kingdom characters and look that we're gonna be safe around for the NPCs a lot. Unless we have many more passengers and we got for multiple for those them. Instead of immigrants, we just actually try to need more of them. So there is one real freight conductor, and it's exactly for one of I just probably never be able to meant to say. There must be for one of, and I never recently that isn't going to be just like this. But always, I'm probably should be able to get a little bit left, and there must be a bear jelly from right over here. It's gonna be a little bit big as well. Probably that must be some sort of a little bit small. So that must be the head driver of the train, or a conductor of the train, as anyways. So nothing a little bit need to just a little bit as possible that we can't wait. So I'm not very sure. This actually didn't a little bit fitting a little bit with those passengers, like heading our way. So it was actually that guy as anyways. So we just gotten a little bit finished. But let's just going to be going for next as anyways. If I just sing for like we probably were meant to do, I think we just actually going to spawn for peppermint and some of those pretty immigrants like these things. I'm not pretty sure like these guys as well. And for so on, as we move a little bit close, like this thing, and I cannot wait that we just spend some time that we got him. So I'm probably not sure. This is, I'm not very sure. This is going to be just like, alright, he'll be right over here behind one of the passengers. And I got never before that I just felt. He's right behind here. And looks like we're gonna be continue to go as really fast as possible, that I never slightly left to do this because of this man was probably gone, unless that is ring for going to get a little bit help or waking them up from the passengers with street urchins, clouds, and new characters we have added. And despite this is actually like usually for its old memories fade away. So we didn't believe that is absolutely praising for Lord Jesus. So let's going for just a little bit for tribe until we added many more of these characters. We possibly headed out. So we're gonna be spawning for a red pepper. This is actually one thing. So this is actually we spawned a red pepper from the tribe. And I guess this is actually going to be blowed out because that absolutely for later as well he was a camper. So I'm probably sure that would be hidden for the leader of the fire spirits. And I cannot believe this is not going to get anyways that we possibly indeed. So all you have to do is we're gonna be going for around in the NPCs. It's a little bit that we just going to get much as well. I'm very sure, and it's going to get a little bit as well. And find many of those characters we got. Unless we got some of the immigrants from right over here. So she'll be standing here. Unlike the mangosteen, the tribe is that we cannot do like a little bit just either. So we have rambutans, like the multiple tribes that we got. Oh dear, I'm just getting a little bit confused but I'm not very sure. We actually just spawned for one big thing. And this is what actually like the tribe it was. It's so one that they just spawn right here. At the back of it's only one way. Let's just get a little bit moving forward. So there you go. And probably what the next page is that couldn't able to be just like this. So nothing is actually for what is going on. So it's not actually pretty hidden. As we can see, the side games that I just never believed that we meant to do this. So we got for multiple of those cookies, like anyways, instead of luxury things as well. You still manage that we're going to be using for the oven break line as well. And I cannot believe it. This will be many things in a lot, but there aren't goblins in this tribe or a temple as anyways as well. I'll be back in a few minutes that I might going to be finishing this throughout for many minutes later. And once we added even more, a little bit for many more of these characters, and it's time to look at a little bit of finishing project as well. And we're gonna be see to look at as well. So it's done. So we have for many more passengers, including that I just include for the bear jelly itself, and many other passengers or a time conductor as well. We got Dexter's and his dad as well, Professor Utonium, and including for some like with the Chet and Cappuccino, one kid like anything, and I completely move Mangosteen Cookie into the entering picnic. It was immigrating the picnic as well because of like itself or just as one. So we have multiple of those things. We added Purple Yum, and we actually added Red Velvet as well. We put many characters, like 2 characters from South Park, and one over here from the Total Drama Island. So that is actually for many more of those things that I just completely added a Lamborghini Huracan that we won here in the 4GT, and most likely it looks like it's probably done like anyways. Instead of like the inventory like those lunch boxes and many more of those things like anything before. So that is wrapping up for today as well in the Sonic the Hedgehog comic studio. And I'm probably sure that was going to be the end of the video as well. I'm probably sure that the link is going to be in the description below. Even by using for Cookie Run characters and other characters from Cartoon Network, including South Park and Total Drama Island, that I just probably, I guess. So, that was recently the end of this video. If you're just gonna be leaving a like of this thing, that I just made an actual thing that we just taken over for round from Sonic as well. So, even though that is going to be linked in the description, including the website or the main website is going to be linked in the description like anyways. And probably I never guess. It was probably over 15 minutes of this time. And I'm going to be see you in around here in 2 days. But that is actually the fact of this. It was the end of the month of this thing that we're going to be continuing for this video all the way up as well. So, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be seeing you in 2 days later. And I'll be signing off, by the way, as well. And I'm going to get ourselves to get a little bit for one thing that I just might want to get a little bit sleep for some time. But not that day and night as anyways, because I might going to do anytime soon.